Alright, we have 3 choices for you today with the hero, villain or ally card. So which of the 3 do you want to see? All 3? Well, your wish is my command. Couple of days ago, Disney Lorcana asked on social media if they should review a hero, villain or ally card next, and got tons of replies on what people wanted. Turns out they had planned to grant everyone's wishes all along, and now we got 3 card reviews for Scar, Aladdin and The Wardrobe. Let's dive in. We're gonna start off with probably everyone's favorite of the 3, Scar. Scar Mastermind is a 6-cost Sapphire character with 5-horse stats, and he's a story-born villain. His insidious plot ability reads: when you play this character, chosen opposing character gets -5 power this turn. I chose to do this card first because out of the 3, it gives us a lot of confirmation on how challenging works in Lorcana. Since Scar's effect only lasts for the turn that he is played, that means that as I theorize in my How Damage the Character Works video, when you use a character to challenge an opposing character, the opposing character's power is considered. So if you challenge an opposing character, the amount of power it has also deals damage to your character that initiated the challenge. Which of course, if your toughness is similar or lower than the opposing character's power, then your character will lose all of its toughness and thus get banished after the challenge. However, with Scar, that problem is solved. Just play Scar Mastermind to reduce the power of the character you plan the challenge, and just like in the movie with the hyenas, send all of your other characters to take out the opposing character, which perfectly fits his flavor text, where he says the best plans involve a little bit of danger, just not for me. Scar Mastermind might be best played in an aggro weenie deck where you have a lot of lower cost characters that can be played easily. Typically, aggro weenie decks have to gang up to trade for their opponent's bigger characters since they have lower stats. Play a Scar Mastermind though, and the opposing character isn't that big of an issue anymore, allowing you to safely take out the opponent's bigger monsters. Next up, we have Aladdin Prince Ali, who is a 2-cost Emerald character with 2/2 stats, and he's a storyborn hero prince. Prince Ali also gives ward to himself, meaning that your opponent cannot choose this target except to challenge. Kinda like Aurora's effect, but only for himself this time. After all,
Your Majesty, I am Prince Ali Ababwa.
Prince Ali being a prince is expected. After all, we already have princesses, so why not a prince? However, it's kinda interesting that he's Emerald, which the only reason I can think of is because this is the version where he is kinda filthy rich. Personally, Prince Ali having the ward effect is pretty good, but I don't feel his stats are strong enough to make good use of the ward ability. Currently, we only have 2 1-cost characters for Captain Hook and Olaf, but Captain Hook alone with his Challenger effect will trade for Prince Ali, while Olaf can also do it in 2 turns. So with your opponent being able to take out your 2-cost characters using their 1-cost characters, you do lose out on board presence. I said, reminder that we still do not know the full gameplay details yet for Lorcana, and if there are, for example, equipment cards that you can use to make Prince Ali get better stats, that makes his ward ability that much more useful since he'll now have the stats to survive through challenges. Oh, and by the way, if you give a sub to the channel, that really helps us to get better stats too. Now, lastly, we have the Wardrobe from Beauty and the Beast. The Wardrobe Belle's Confidant is a 3-cost Amethyst character with 3/4 stats, and she's a Dreamborn ally, which is kinda interesting since we only know 2 allies so far and both of them are Amethyst. I don't think the allies will be a character type exclusive to Amethyst, but we will have to wait and see. Wardrobe being a Dreamborn is pretty interesting as that would mean she has a different look from the original, which if you do a comparison, I guess she does, but aside from losing the tip of her head, having different doors to her wardrobe, and gaining an Amethyst jewel to replace her previous green one, her artwork isn't really too different. I haven't talked about her abilities though because, well, she doesn't have any. But that's also good because she'll have much better stats. If you compare her to Elsa, which is the only other 3-cost character we currently know, she has an additional 1/1 stats in comparison, making her pretty good in challenges. Amethyst currently does seem to be turning out to be a slightly more defensive Ink type, with Elsa freezing your opponent's characters, while Olaf and Wardrobe as vanilla characters both have pretty good stats. And that's about it for the 3 new cards that we just got from the Lorcana team. It does feel pretty exciting to actually get 3 cards in a go since it really feels that we are ramping up to
spring,
when we'll finally get to know a lot more about Lorcana's gameplay and not have to theorize anymore. In the meantime though, all the 3 cards have been updated on the Mushu Report wiki, so you can go there to go through all the cards that we currently know for the first chapter. And that's about it from me today. Thank you everyone for watching. This is D-Summon from Mushu Report, signing out. Yeah, typically typically, okay, that's not going well.